Before going to the tomb, the Korean medical medium would grab a handful of sausage and salted eggs from the ground. This time, it was the hardest to swallow since the night before. He knew that this tomb was very dangerous. They decided to hold a fortune-changing ceremony to open the tomb smoothly. 5 pigs needed to be prepared for food and birth, tying together the lives of 5 people born in the year of the pig. Pig blood was applied to their foreheads and their hair was cut off and put into the pig's mouth. The purpose of this was to make several people die when they were in labor. The shaman will purify the evil thoughts transferred to the pig from the underground. As the undertaker announces the way in front of the tombstone, Hwa-ryong, the most powerful shaman in Korea, shouts and screams while performing the ceremony. He shakes his head, jumps wildly on the grave, and stuns the owner. Then Hwa-ryong pretends to cut a knife on his leg and face, and approaches the burning holy fire in a frenzy. He laughs during the operation. He smears ash on the grave. The tomb owner slaps the tomb 3 times to change the fortune. The ritual enters a critical moment. Every time the 5 pigs dig, Hwa-ling will cut a hole in the pig. Everyone will wonder why Hwa-ling cuts the pig without getting hurt. Sharp. This is actually a folk custom for shamans to prove to people around them that they are protected by gods and will not be hurt. When digging graves, sticky rice is sprinkled on them to isolate the yin energy. The grave was dug upside down and the coffin buried deep underground was finally seen. Hwa-ling's task was completed. Feng Shui Master Shang Dae noticed the thick yin energy in the tomb, confirming it as a Feng Shui dead spot. They cleaned the graves carefully. The red cloth on the coffin was cleaned of dirt. This red cloth was a type of object called Ming-jing, used to record the deceased's official position, rank, agency, oath, and other information. Shang Dae realized the buried person was unusual after seeing it. He avoided looking at the client's aunt. The Ming-jing was even more amazing after opening. The entire coffin was made of red and white wood, which was only used by the royal family at that time, further proving the high status of the tomb's owner. After that, everyone worked together to bring out the coffin. Shang Dae took out a 100 yuan coin with the famous General Li Shunshin engraved on it and threw it into the tomb to suppress the lingering ghosts. The whole tomb-breaking ceremony went smoothly. All that was left was to cremate the coffin, but a worker stole the money. He was determined to find the source of the problem. He took a shovel and dug in the tomb. He finally dug out a strange snake. He used a shovel to cut the snake in half. The snake had a long history. In a Japanese ghost story, there was a monster named Ruon. She had a woman's face and wet hair, and the lower part of her body was a snake. It was said that anyone who saw it would get seriously ill. So when he cut off the snake's body, a woman's scream was heard. Then the whole sky was covered with dark clouds and a strong wind blew. A popular movie about digging up ancestral graves, but it's actually a pure Korean anti-Japanese film. Wealthy Park family in the United States experiences strange occurrences at home. The eldest son and grandson of each generation have been sick. The baby has been crying since birth. Modern medicine cannot find the reason. They need to spend a lot of money to bring Korea's best shamans Hwa-ling and Bong-gil to exorcise the evil spirits. Hwa-ling whistles at the Park family's baby, testing spirits as shamans do. In folklore, ghosts will react to whistles in a supernatural way. Feng-ji then placed a protective muzzle on the baby and chanted the Diamond Sutra. Hwa-ling lifted the baby's eyelids to check the pupils. It was found that there is an issue with their family's ancestral tomb in Korea, and it must be opened. The old generation in Korea mainly bury their dead. They believe that their ancestors will bless their descendants. The location of the ancestral tomb has a direct impact on the family's fortune. Hwa-ryong needs a professional feng shui master to open the tomb, so she asks her good friend, feng shui master Kim Sang-deok, and embalmer Ko Young-jun for help. The names of these 4 people are particularly meaningful. This group is to get rid of Japanese colonial rule and achieve national independence. The patriotic group that fought against the Japanese. Yun Fengji once bombed Shanghai Hongkou Park, which became famous in China and abroad. His greatest achievement was promoting household clearance. The Japanese general commander was seriously injured and died. Kim Sang-deok was the main contributor to the independence of Korea. He and Ko Young-jun worked together to clear the Korean market. The Japanese license plate undertaker Young-gun's shop was called Yi-Liu Funeral Home. To honor the independence movement, a group was formed. The following day, several individuals went to the cemetery to inspect Sang-deok's license plate. The license plate number is 0815. Hwa-ling's license plate number is 031, which corresponds to the March 1st day and Liberation Day of the Korean anti-Japanese movement. The Park family's ancestral tomb is on the mountain peak at the North-South Korea border. The terrain here is steep and has an indescribable strange atmosphere. Foxes are often found in the mountain. The tomb is isolated at the mountain peak. The tombstone was in the river with no name of the buried person. Park Gyun-shin admitted that it was a clothing manufacturing site recommended by a monk named Jisung. However, Sang-deok recognized that this site was very hazardous and initially did not want to pursue this venture. He couldn't bear the fact that the offer was too much, so he began the tomb-breaking ceremony. However, after the workers cut off the female snake demon, it immediately began to rain heavily. The cremation ceremony had to be postponed because the soul of the deceased could not be reincarnated happily on him.